Viewers, good evening. I want to begin by showing you an image of Prime Minister Modi being welcomed in Cyprus. It'll come up on your screen, and I want you to look at that image very closely. Look how a lawmaker from Cyprus actually broke protocol and touched Modi's feet in what can only be described as an extraordinary gesture. What does this tell us? What does this show? It clearly shows profound respect for both the leader and the nation he represents. Viewers, this comes on a day when Prime Minister Modi was also honored with the highest civilian award of Cyprus. But all of this has made Congress party unhappy. The Congress party has shown the audacity to label PM Modi's three-nation diplomatic outreach a picnic. P-I-C-N-I-C, picnic. This is nothing but a calculated attempt to diminish India's remarkable strides on the global stage under PM Modi's leadership. Viewers, while Congress hurls unfounded criticisms, their own leader and our leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, is conspicuously absent from the country, reportedly holidaying at an undisclosed foreign location as the BJP claims. We don't know where Rahul Gandhi is. But this is not an isolated instance of Rahul being absent, viewers, and the Congress being totally clueless. Let's put this in context. Viewers, diplomatic trips by Prime Minister Modi are not casual outings. They're not picnic. They are strategic endeavors yielding tangible outcomes. It's all documented. Defense agreements, energy partnerships, tech collaborations, strengthened ties. These efforts have bolstered India's economy, our security and global influence. And to dismiss this as picnic, as Congress has, is not just misleading. Now let us turn to the Congress party's own track record, particularly that of Rahul Gandhi. While the Congress party criticizes Modi's purposeful diplomacy, the leader is once again missing in action. The BJP claims, like I said, Rahul is holidaying at a secret foreign location, continuing a well-documented pattern of unexplained absence. Viewers, Rahul Gandhi on multiple occasions has left the nation and his party without clarity on his whereabouts and purpose. In 2016, Rahul Gandhi was spotted in London during a crucial parliamentary session, prioritizing foreign travel over his responsibilities as an opposition leader. In 2019, during the heat of the general election campaign, Rahul Gandhi was reportedly abroad again, with Congress offering no explanation for his absence. In 2022, Rahul Gandhi took another unannounced trip overseas while critical political developments unfolded in our country. This is what a picnic looks like, viewers, a trip without purpose. While Rahul Gandhi plays hide and seek with his responsibilities, the Congress should not be lecturing anyone else on picnic or anything else. Just think of the contrast. Modi's international engagements on one side deliver measurable benefits and global recognition. Rahul Gandhi's absence or his trips abroad bring speculation and silence. Congress's attempt to trivialize Modi's diplomatic trips as jaunts and picnic is what does one say? A desperate ploy to deflect attention from their own leaders' chronic disengagement, or actually you could call it disconnect, profound disconnect at that. Viewers, Modi's 23 international honors reflect not just personal recognition. Even today he said, this award is not mine. It belongs to the 1.4 billion people of India. That is a recognition of India's growing might, viewers. Congress, rather than undermining these achievements, should reflect on its leader's record of absence. That's it. It will help them. Sample the reactions.
And these picnics and these jaunts do not bring anything for the country. these picnics and these jaunts do not bring anything for the country. The Prime Minister doesn't know what foreign policy is. The damage he's done to the foreign policy of our country is unparalleled, and it will take decades for any new government to undo that damage.
इतने भरोसे के बावजूद विदेश नीति पूरी तरह से फेल हो गई। आपके ऊपर देश पूरा भरोसा कर रहा है, आपकी विदेश नीति कहाँ है? आज हम कहाँ खड़े हुए हैं?
और वो सिप्रस गए हैं जहाँ पे जाने का कोई फायदा नहीं है। वो सिर्फ इसलिए गए चूंकि टर्की के और सिप्रस के रिश्ते बहुत ख़राब हैं। हमारी फॉरेन पॉलिसी होनी चाहिए कि जो लोग, जो कंट्रीज़ हमारे ख़िलाफ़ हैं, हम कोशिश करें उनके साथ रिश्ता बनाने की, बजाय इसके सिप्रस जाने से भारत को कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा, बल्कि टर्की के और हमारे रिश्ते और ज़्यादा ख़राब हो जाएंगे।
I mean, just imagine the man who can't even get the name right is lecturing on what diplomacy should look like. Kheda, Masood Alvi, all experts on diplomacy and foreign policy. The Congress has a habit of scoring own goals, self goals, viewers, and this is just another example. Let's quickly open this up. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Karan Verma, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, leader of the Congress, Ravi Srivastav, IP Singh, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Dr. Piyush Joshi, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Ashwini Mishra, let me begin by asking you a simple question. आप लोग सोच के बोलते नहीं है क्या? राहुल गांधी देश में नहीं है और आप लोग अभी इसको पिकनिक बोल रहे हैं। मैंने पहले भी बोला है कि जो कांच के घर में रहते हैं उनको पत्थर नहीं फेंकना चाहिए। राहुल गांधी कहां है कोई बता ही नहीं रहा है, और प्रधानमंत्री का वहां वेलकम देखिए, उनको जो वहां टॉप ऑनर दिया गया है उसको आप लोग पिकनिक बता रहे हैं।
What do you want, Pranesh? Rahul Gandhi should inform every media channel before going for any personal trip. What do you expect from Rahul Gandhi? He is on a personal
what
trip.
I expect Congress party to think before they speak, think before they post.
No, we very much think before we speak, and we very much care about what is important for our nation. Modi ji has visited 74 countries in last 11 years. 74 countries. And where we were fighting terrorism, when we were fighting Pakistan, how many countries stands with us? 0. Modi ji visited America 10 times. In those tenure, he has visited America 10 times. And what America is doing? Insulted us 13 times. So, you tell me, after visiting 74 countries in last 11 years, what did we achieve as a diplomacy? Isn't that a question we should be asking? If you want us to keep us silent on all the national issues, very much we cannot, because that's a right we got from the Constitution, and we'll keep asking those questions which are important for national interest. Now, coming back to the Cyprus, Cyprus got freedom through India's effort. In fact, lot of nations got freedom because of policies of Gandhi ji. Mahatma Gandhi not just helped India getting freedom, he helped a lot of other countries, and eventually Cyprus also got freedom in 1962. So, BJP will not understand that because they worship Godse and who killed Gandhi ji. That's very ideological difference what I put it through. So,
Mishra ji, ये argument बहुत ही पुराना हो गया है. You know, I'm sure you can do better. But you see, you have to go beyond Mahatma Gandhi now and, this Godse. Mahatma Gandhi wanted the Congress party disbanded. इतना ही रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं आप महात्मा गांधी जी, तो बंद कर दीजिए कांग्रेस पार्टी।
आप मुझे बताइए प्रणेश जी, आप मुझे बताइए 74 देशों में
मैं आपसे एक सिंपल क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूं, ये जो एक मिनट मैं आपको डिफरेंस बताता हूं। ये पिकनिक चल रहा है, वहां पे एक लॉ मेकर है, उनके पांव छू रहे हैं, रेस्पेक्ट दिखा रहे हैं इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए। ये पिकनिक लुक्स लाइक दिस, ऐसा होता है पिकनिक। तो राहुल गांधी को भी इनवाइट आना चाहिए पिकनिक का। हाउ मेनी कंट्रीज हैव इनवाइटेड राहुल गांधी फॉर अ पिकनिक, आप बता दीजिए ना।
all the countries where our prime minister visited, he must be visiting with some goal. What is the goal? What is the outcome? When we are in difficult times, those countries should stand with us. And that we have not seen. Isn't it a total failure of our diplomacy?
Okay.
What's the point of visiting these countries when they don't stand with us?
Okay, Sanju Verma, respond to that, then I'll bring in Ravi Srivastava.
You know, first and foremost, through your show, many congratulations to Prime Minister Modi for getting the highest civilian honor from the government of Cyprus. He has now more than 24 civilian honors to his credit from across a gamut of countries. But coming to the moot point of the debate, you know, what has Modi government's foreign policy achieved? First and foremost, and I say this with a lot of responsibility, we've been able to de-hyphenate our policy on Israel vis-a-vis Palestine. We've been able to de-hyphenate our policy on Israel vis-a-vis the Arab world. We've been able to de-hyphenate our policy on Israel vis-a-vis the Middle East. And, you know, irrespective of the new Charan Chumbaks of Donald Trump, who keep, singing his praises at the drop of a hat, the fact of the matter is, Pranesh, for the longest time in the last 11 years, every time Pakistan has tried to raise the Kashmir issue at the UNGA, Pakistan has had to eat humble crow. I think the biggest win, the biggest victory of Modi government's foreign policy is that the Kashmir issue has been de-internationalized. And I'll tell you what, the Quad was formed ages back. It has been in existence since 2007. But it was at the height of the COVID pandemic that the Quad actually became active, thanks to India's stellar role in once again resurrecting a body which had almost gone defunct. Then I'll tell you what, the biggest victory which nobody seems to be talking of, less than 3 months back, we signed a free trade agreement with the United Kingdom. Last year, we signed a free trade agreement with Australia. And I always say that good politics is about good economics, good diplomacy is about good economics, and the FTAs that we've signed, thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi with either the United Kingdom or Australia, give us unfettered access in terms of our leather goods exports, our apparel exports, our gems and jewelry related exports, exports of basmati rice, tea, coffee, so on and so forth. And let me tell you one more thing. The Organization of Islamic Countries, Pranesh, it was set up in 1969. It has roughly 57 Islamic nations. Countries like Bahrain, Indonesia, Egypt openly came out supporting India and passed resolutions against Pakistan post Operation Sindoor. And also let me tell you one more thing, that barring Turkey, name one other Islamic country worth its salt which has openly supported Pakistan. None. Even Afghanistan refused to support Pakistan. That is a win for Modi's diplomacy. And let me remind the Congress and everybody else on this panel, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after Winston Churchill, after the likes of Benjamin Netanyahu, is only the third leader in recent times, and of course, barring Nelson Mandela, who's addressed the US Congress twice. And this from a leader who was barred from entering the United States of America because 100 so-called conscientious citizens thought that Modi should not be visiting the US away.
The fundamental point is, and as the Prime Minister said himself, that this is not an honor for Modi. He said, ye mera nahi hai, ye pure desh ka hai. Ravi Srivastava bolenge, Rahul Gandhi has also signed deals with the Chinese, one secret MOU that we still don't know about. So, you know, what has Modi done extra? Sir, how is this a picnic, Ravi Srivastava?
First of all, good evening, Pranesh. To reply your last question first, no deal was signed. If you have got any evidence, produce it before the nation. You have been shouting for last several years. In 2008, with the CPC and Congress, some agreement was signed. I don't know what agreement was signed.
I am asking you, what was Rahul Gandhi signing? The visitors book or giving an autograph to the Chinese? What was it?
You find out with Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
Why? The Congress party must tell us, because you see, you have such intellectuals in the Congress party, jo साइप्रस ठीक से बोल भी नहीं पा रहे हैं और दे आर नाउ they have turned foreign policy experts. Pawan Kheda is an expert on everything.
Insulting a seasoned politician of Congress party, calling Cyprus or Cyprus, I think don't make a big deal out of it.
I haven't taken a big deal, sir. I'll tell you, Ravi Srivastava जी, अगर हम किसी पे कुछ सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, आरोप लगा रहे हैं, तो हमको तैयारी तो करनी चाहिए. That is all that I am saying. How is this a picnic now? Answer that question.
I'll tell you. When the Rome was burning, the Nero was playing the flute. This is the definition of the Prime Minister of this country. And I want to tell the bootlickers of this Prime Minister that they should know that India is going through its worst time. At least last 1 week you should know.
Okay. Now, Ravi Srivastava, this just shows your, this shows your utter respect or or disregard for the voters. Voters को आप bootlickers बोल रहे हैं. The man has his third mandate. It's a democratic country, sir. He was not picked by someone, picked by a family member to become something. So think before you speak. Let's get in the Aam Aadmi Party. Dr. Joshi, you think this is some picnic going on?
Pranesh, thank you very much for having me on your show. This is a very important topic. It deserves the sincerity with which you are trying to debate this particular topic. I have my reasons to believe that why the Ministry of External Affairs has completely failed, particularly over a period of last 2 to 3 years, particularly after the onset of COVID from 2021, despite us being supporting all the countries across the nation for the vaccine through the Vaccine Maitri program. The reason behind this is that Prime Minister has visited almost 100 countries and maybe more than that. I don't have the exact data, but in last 10 years, despite that, you have to send the delegations of parliamentarians to clarify, and what are you clarifying? Pahalgam was a heinous and barbaric attack on tourists, on unsuspecting citizens of India. You were responding to that. So for that particular kind of response, if your foreign policy was very good, then the whole nation, whole world should have supported you on all international forums. What we have seen is very, whichever countries have supported us, they have also supported us in muted voice. That is the problem. And let me tell you my reason why the Ministry of External Affairs has failed. Because rather than building foreign policy, they are building in singular agenda. Their singular program is image building of the Prime Minister.
Okay.
So when
you're a counter question, sir, it's at the heart of this discussion. You think this is PR, public relations, image building exercise? You tell me. Is Cyprus under any compulsion? Oh, let's forget Cyprus. Ravi Srivastava said, or I think Mishra ji said, Cyprus छोटी country है, छोड़ देते हैं उसको. Cyprus में पैसे देके हमने ये award ले लिया Prime Minister के लिए. The man who touched his feet, he must have got a call from someone here in Nagpur from the RSS headquarters that look, when the Prime Minister lands there, you must bow down in respect, touch his feet. Let's talk about Islamic countries, sir, because the opposition has branded Prime Minister Islamophobic. उन्होंने क्यों दे दिया highest civilian honor? बताइए. वो भी PR चल रहा है.
देखिए, the only problem is that civilian honor, what does it do? It builds the image of the Prime Minister. If Cyprus is willing to support us on each and every international forum against terrorism.
But Dr. Joshi, the award is a reflection of something.
Of course, and I'm no way saying that this award was bought or something like that. They respected our Prime Minister. Good for the country, good for the Prime Minister.
Then why does the Congress party not say that this is good for the country? That's the question. You see, you have a problem in acknowledging what is happening. Isko picnic bol rahe hain. You have not answered my question. IP Singh ji, you haven't spoken so far. Karan, I'm coming to you after this. IP Singh ji, ye picnic aisa hota hai, sir?
साइप्रस मेहरबान अडानी पहलवान, ये वही साइप्रस है जो जिस हिडेनबर्ग की रिपोर्ट में काले धन का सबसे बड़ा रूट है, और गौतम अडानी के बड़े भाई को वहां नागरिकता दे रखी है. और ये वही साइप्रस है जो हमारे आजमगढ़ से भी छोटा है, और भारत में 800 जिले हैं, और ऐसे जिलों में जाकर नागरिक सर्वोच्च सम्मान प्राप्त कर रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी।
अच्छा,
जिस देश में,
ये बताइए आईपी सिंह जी, ये बताइए, चलिए साइप्रस आजमगढ़ जितना बड़ा है, श्रीलंका भी छोटा है, कुवैत, रशिया, सर रशिया कितना बड़ा है? आजमगढ़ से बड़ा है कि नहीं? रशिया ने भी 2024 में दिया हुआ है उनको ऑनर। आप बता दीजिए सर, इजिप्ट भी है, फ्रांस भी है, ग्रीस भी है, बोलिए ये सफाई जितना बड़ा है, कितना बड़ा है? लखनऊ, कानपुर, आप बताइए।
नहीं, बिल्कुल। मैं जिस साइप्रस में मैं कह रहा हूं कि प्रधानमंत्री जी, आपके पिकनिक, आपकी डिप्लोमेसी से भारत ने क्या हासिल किया है इन 11 वर्षों में? भारत पाकिस्तान युद्ध में हमने देखा एक मामूली सा भी देश आपके साथ नहीं खड़ा हुआ।
अरे समाजवादी पार्टी कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ नहीं खड़ी होती है चुनाव में, उसका क्या मतलब है? कि आप राहुल गांधी को मानते हैं ना, थोड़ा तो सम्मान करते ही होंगे। एक भी सीट नहीं दी आपने। आप एक बात बताइए, कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ क्या किया दिल्ली में? फिर आप लोग ये बोलते हैं कि नहीं हम एक दूसरे को सम्मान करते हैं, ये वो। तो आईपी सिंह जी देखिए, आप एकदम सीजन पॉलिटिशियन है। मैं आपसे एक सिंपल सवाल पूछ रहा हूं। आपने बोला, आपने कैसे बोल दिया सर इतने आसानी से आजमगढ़ जितना बड़ा है? सऊदी अरेबिया कितना बड़ा है बताइए? सऊदी अरेबिया बताइए कितना बड़ा है? आजमगढ़ बड़ा है या सऊदी अरेबिया? सऊदी अरेबिया ने दिया हुआ है ऑर्डर ऑफ किंग अब्दुल अजीज 2016 में। आप बताइए ना, यूएई बता दीजिए। अब आप बोलिए यूएई नोएडा जितना बड़ा है। आईपी सिंह जी, सर द क्रिटिसिज्म हैज टू बी रीजन्ड। दिस इज नॉट अ पिकनिक, एंड इफ इट इज अ पिकनिक, टेल अस हाउ दिस इज अ पिकनिक।
और 70 देशों से ज्यादा में हमारे पहले प्रधानमंत्री जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी के वहां एक तरह से सिंबॉलिक की तरफ से हमारे
नहीं, वो भी हमारे पास सर, वो भी आंकड़े हैं, देख लीजिए। अगर आपको कंपैरिजन करना है तो प्रधानमंत्री नेहरू, प्रधानमंत्री इंदिरा गांधी, वो भी कंपैरिजन देख लीजिए। ऐसा है तो पिकनिक दिला देते इनको भी सर, इनको भी पिकनिक पे ले जाना चाहिए आपको। आपके जो अपने नेता है उनको भी पिकनिक पे ले जाइए। जो छोटा देश है आजमगढ़ के साइज का, पहले वहीं से शुरू कीजिए, आप वहां से शुरू कीजिए। करण वर्मा, people who are calling this a picnic can't explain how is this a picnic.
So Pranesh, both Mr. Ashwini and Mr. IP Singh, time and again they've raised this question कि during Operation Sindoor जब हमारी पाकिस्तान से वॉर हुई तो हमारे साथ कौन खड़ा था? पहले तो जैसे बहुत खड़े थे, तो मैं आज जरा इसका पॉइंटेड जवाब देना चाहता हूं, क्योंकि जो लास्ट में जब 1971 में ये लोग बार बार इंदिरा बहुत करते हैं, तो इनको पता होना चाहिए जरा। 1971 में जब हमारी वॉर हुई थी पाकिस्तान से, पूरा अरब नेशन हमारे अगेंस्ट थे, सबके सब। इनफैक्ट जॉर्डन सप्लाइड पाकिस्तान विद वेपन्स, F-104 फाइटर जेट्स, यूके सेंट देम HMS ईगल फ्लाइट कैरियर्स, US sent it. Each and every country almost except for Russia, everyone was against us. Not only did they pass resolutions, Sri Lanka तक ने logistical support दिया था पाकिस्तान को. So that is where we were back in 1971. Compare this to what happened this time. Not a single nation. We entered Pakistan, we blasted their terror sites, and not a single nation passed a resolution against us. In fact, many of the Islamic countries passed a resolution in our favor. The German foreign minister clearly on the platform sharing the dais with S. Jaishankar said India reserves the right to hit back to protect itself. Colombia retracted its statement. This is what the Modi diplomacy has achieved. This is what going to 70 plus countries, as you keep lamenting, this is what is called foreign policy. Mr. Ashwini, जाके जयराम रमेश को समझाइए जो कह रहे हैं he doesn't understand what is foreign policy. क्या होती है foreign policy? CCP के साथ agreement sign करना होती है, which the Supreme Court, by the way, Mr. Ravi, on 7th August 2020 said it is vague कि एक पार्टी एक कंट्री के साथ अग्रीमेंट साइन करती है, या फिर नॉट बिल्डिंग रोड्स होता है, या फॉरेन इंटरवेंशन मांगना होता है, या कहना होता है डेमोक्रेसी इज डेड। ये होती है आपकी फॉरेन पॉलिसी। एक देश आपके साथ नहीं खड़ा हुआ। या 1993 में जब आप यूएन में चले गए कि हम शेयर करेंगे अपनी मिलिट्री के कोऑर्डिनेट्स विद पाकिस्तान, शर्म आनी चाहिए। न्यूक्लियर सीक्रेट शेयर करने
लेट हिम रिस्पोंड करण, लेट हिम रिस्पोंड। संजू वर्मा, आई एम कमिंग टू यू नेक्स्ट। रवि श्रीवास्तव, जवाब दीजिए।
नो एग्रीमेंट सर, शो इट, वेयर इज द एग्रीमेंट? Show the agreement, sir. Where is the agreement?
अरे अभी वो बोल रहे हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोल दिया, फिर भी आप बोल रहे हैं वेयर इज द एग्रीमेंट, वेयर इज द एग्रीमेंट? यू शुड बी आस्किंग वेयर इज राहुल गांधी। डू यू नो वेयर इज राहुल गांधी?
Say agreement. Where is the agreement?
आपको पता है रवि श्रीवास्तव, डू यू नो, बाय द वे आप एक बात बताइए, यू आर सीनियर लीडर ऑफ मल्टीपल पार्टी सर, डू यू नो वेयर राहुल गांधी इज?
Because you don't have anything else to say about the Rahul Gandhi.
I am asking you, आप पूछ रहे थे where is agreement? Mr. Mishra, where is the leader of opposition? Because you know the BJP is saying Rahul Gandhi is holidaying at a secret location. अगर गलत है तो आपको you should sue the BJP.
Rahul Gandhi is on a personal trip. He is not a diplomatic trip. If he will be on diplomatic trip, you will get his schedule. He is on a personal trip. Moreover, Karan Verma is talking about 1971. 1971, when we divided Pakistan into two, 120 plus countries recognized Bangladesh in UN. That is the power of India. That was the power of our country. And today we are standing in total diplomacy failure. I want to play a small bite from Vajpayee ji, their own Prime Minister, about Palestine. You hear this out.
मध्य पूर्व के बारे में स्थिति साफ है कि अरबों की जिस जमीन पर इजराइल कब्जा करके बैठा है वो जमीन उसको खाली करना होगी.
This is Vajpayee ji. This is Vajpayee ji. And now what we are doing as a diplomacy, we are abstaining.
I'll tell
from
you,
the
sir,
ceasefire.
there are many clips. 1 minute, Mr. Mishra. I'll get Sanju Verma to respond to you. But you know, if you play this clip game, there are many clips that if I play, you will be embarrassed. If I start playing what Rajiv Gandhi had said after the 1984 riots, you will be embarrassed. Does Rahul Gandhi endorse that view now? He does not. He does not. So things change. Mr. Mishra, you know, don't try that stunt here. Sanju Verma, what have these visits really achieved? That's the question. Ravi Srivastava बोल रहे, ये घूम रहे हैं, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है.
You know, first and foremost, Pranesh, मेरी बदकिस्मती है that I have to debate with somebody like Ravi Srivastava. Without provocation, he said the bootlickers of Modi government. I leave it to your audience's good judgment. This abusive man is giving bhashan to Modi government, though he does not have an iota of decency in him. But anyway, coming to your question, do you remember the G20 summit hosted less than 2 years back by the Modi government with the theme of One Earth, One Family, One Future? It actually became G21 because 51 African nations were included in the G20 fold. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We signed the Global Biofuel Alliance. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. At the G20 hosted by India, we launched the Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Modi. Between January 2021 and January 2023, we held the chairmanship of the United Nations Security Council for 2 years. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Modi. We signed the S-400 deal in 2018 with Russia, despite the entire opposition and many global powers pressurizing us not to. But we went ahead and did it. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Modi. At COP26, at the Glasgow Summit, India has consistently worked towards sustainable development goals. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Modi. But most importantly, let me tell you this. By the way, India was included in the MTCR, the Missile Technology Control Regime in 2016. Thanks to whom? Thanks to Prime Minister Modi. And now let me tell you very, very quickly, Pranesh, your audience would love to hear this, though I'm not sure of some of the panelists who are driven by Modi phobia. You know, as you rightly said in the introduction, when Prime Minister Modi wins an award, it is not an award won by Narendra Modi. It is an award won by the Prime Minister of India on the behalf of 1.4 billion people. 2025 Cyprus का award, Sri Lanka का highest civilian award, Mauritius का highest civilian award, 2024 highest civilian award of Barbados, Kuwait, Nigeria, Dominica,
all of
and
this
Russia.
is documented. I just want to, you know, bring back that main question, which is, okay, go ahead, make it.
Finish. My final point. ये जो बार बार इंदिरा गांधी ने पाकिस्तान के 2 हिस्से कर दिए, बांग्लादेश बना दिया, अरे यही इंदिरा गांधी के पिताश्री पंडित नेहरू के कारण आज पीओके हमारे पास नहीं है. यही इंदिरा गांधी के कारण 93,000 prisoners of war were handed over to Pakistan on a golden platter.
Okay.
But we could not secure back 54 POWs. और यही इंदिरा गांधी के कारण 1974 में Kachativu Islands were given away to Sri Lanka.
Kachativu, IP Singh would say, is smaller than Gautam Budh Nagar. So this is the mindset. What do you do? ये प्रॉब्लम है. By the way, आप देख लीजिएगा आईपी सिंह जी, जब ये खत्म होगा तो एक बार गूगल कर लीजिएगा, साइप्रस इज डबल द साइज ऑफ आजमगढ़. तो वो भी आपका पॉइंट एक्यूरेट नहीं है. कोई दूसरा डिस्ट्रिक्ट अगर आप बोल देते थोड़ा तो एटलीस्ट फेस सेवर तो रह जाता. एकदम डबल है. आप एक बार चेक कीजिएगा और फिर दूसरे डिबेट में जब मिलेंगे तो वो उस पर भी बात करेंगे. बट यू नो डॉक्टर जोशी, आई एम जस्ट कमिंग टू यू. लेट मी क्विकली ब्रिंग इन अश्विनी मिश्रा. Ashwini Mishra, you see, we've got Maldives to back down. You've seen how Canada has been responding to us. That is an example of deft diplomacy. FATF, people who talk about Pahalgam, Pakistan, FATF has said that such an attack like Pahalgam would not have been possible without state funding. This is a result of Mazboot diplomacy.
Pranesh, why do you think when Maldives has to back down, how dare country like Maldives first raise above India? How dare a small country like Nepal can show lal lal aankhein to India, where Modi ji promised to show those lal lal aankhein to everyone? So that is the problem. And the problem is all about photo ops, hugs, hashtags. That is where BJP is all bragging about Modi ji. Right after Operation Sindoor, you will see Modi ji in army uniform, big poster. So the problem is all about this photo ops, hugs and hashtags.
You see,
but the only hashtag,
sir, I don't know. Look, I don't want to, I don't want to be sounding like one international relations professor, but मैं आपको बस बहुत ही respectfully और humbly ये बोल रहा हूं, countries are not looked at by their size. उनका geography, strategic importance, that is more important. So, ऐसे नहीं होता है कि श्रीलंका इतना सा है, it's just a dot at the bottom of, sir, it doesn't work like this. Mr. Mishra, so this is something serious, sir. Geopolitics is not picnic. Unless you have an understanding of that, unless that is clear, you will continue to have, comments like picnic, etc., etc. Dr. Joshi, as a responsible member of the opposition, sir, part of the India bloc, when the Prime Minister of our country gets an honor, अच्छा लगता है, बुरा लगता है?
नहीं, definitely. ये एक dichotomy है. What is a dichotomy? Let me explain this to you. We feel good that the Prime Minister of our country has been bestowed an honor, and probably the highest honors of those nations. So that's a proud moment for all of us. But those honors should bring something concrete as well. These honors cannot be empty rhetorical honors, and that is where our problem lies with the foreign policy of the government of the day. And that is the delusional narrative. That is being created all across the country, and we are doing a disservice to the country by creating such type of narrative.
Okay.
How many of these countries?
Dr. Joshi, you are calling it a disservice. Tell me, sir, it's a simple question. By calling this a picnic, are we doing great service to the country? Should that be the narrative?
Nobody from Aam Aadmi Party has called it a picnic.
No, but then you must condemn this. No, 1 minute. You can't just say that Aam Aadmi Party has not said this. You must condemn the Congress party. If you could call Congress corrupt, etc., etc., why can't you take a position?
On one thing I agree with you, that, Cyprus is an important country. But what makes it important? Cyprus is important. Countries like Cyprus and the Cayman Islands are important because they are tax havens. And when the country is in a state of turmoil, we have seen over a period of last 10 to 15 days that the country is disturbed. At such a time, the Prime Minister chooses to visit a country which is a tax haven. I fail to understand why he is visiting such a country, which is tax haven. It is an important country, no doubt. But the timing of this visit,
again, the timing of this visit, what is the right time? Who should, the opposition should decide the time, give it to the Prime Minister. Is the timing of Rahul Gandhi right, sir? आप बता दीजिए. 2015, 2017 out for 72 days on 6 foreign tours. Ravi Srivastava, वो timing सही था? Were the stars aligned then? आप बताइए. 2019 on break before Haryana and Maharashtra polls. Was that the right time for Rahul to take a personal break? 2020 skipped the monsoon session. 2021 went on a New Year break to Italy. 2022 unavailable for discussions with poll strategist Prashant Kishore. 2023 6-day 3-city tour of US, where he went and said there is no democracy in India. Ye timing sahi tha, Ravi Srivastava?
Member parliament that time, today is leader of opposition.
But nothing has changed. You see, the designation has changed, sir. Rahul Gandhi is still not here.
Government should know where he is. What protocol you are following?
Oh, wow. The government should know. Why should the government know if he's on a personal visit? The party should know. आप बता देना चाहिए, sir. In public life, perception is everything.
Doing what the intel of the government is doing. All waste of money. What are you doing?
Ravi Srivastava, sir, let's talk facts. The government has on at least 2 occasions, Rajnath Singh and I think Home Minister Amit Shah said it out clear that Rahul Gandhi has violated security protocols. When he had the SPG cover, the SPG team was not informed before these so-called personal trips. Ashwini Mishra is smiling. IP Singh ji, ye jo small country mindset hai, this, this Azamgarh like Cyprus mindset. This explains what Congress did to Tibet, pushed Nepal to China. There are many examples.
देखिए प्रणेश जी, आप भारत सरकार को, प्रधानमंत्री को जितना भी डिफेंड करिए, लेकिन जब हम अपने पड़ोसी नहीं बदल सकते, चाहे हम दुनिया में कितने भी देशों से अच्छे रिश्ते बना लें। भारत के रिश्ते नेपाल से कैसे हो गए? भारत के भूटान से कैसे रिश्ते हैं? आप बताइए, भारत के बांग्लादेश जो भारत के एक बहुत करीबी रिश्ते थे, आप बताइए श्रीलंका से हमारे कैसे रिश्ते हैं? सवाल यह है कि अभी एक सवाल आपने कहा कि कितने ऐसे देश हैं जो लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन को बुलाते हैं। मेरा सिंपल सी बात है कि जब हम दुनिया में जाते हैं, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जाते हैं और कहते हैं कि हमारी लार्जेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी है, साहब हम दुनिया के सबसे बड़े आबादी वाले देश की लोकतंत्र चलाते हैं। आप बताइए दुनिया के किस देश के लीडर ऑफ अपोजिशन को आपने संसद में पिछले 11 साल में बोलने के लिए बुलाया?
अरे अगर पिछले 11 साल में अनअवेलेबल रहेंगे तो कहां से जूम पे बोलेंगे? क्या वीडियो कॉल पे बोलेंगे राहुल गांधी? अमित शाह को यह सवाल पूछा था, अमित शाह को यह सवाल पूछा था हमारे ग्रुप एडिटर इन चीफ नाविका कुमार ने। आपको याद होगा, वो देख लीजिएगा इंटरव्यू। उन्होंने कहा कि अगर होंगे नहीं राहुल गांधी जी तो कहां से बोलेंगे? आईपी सिंह जी, अगर मैं आपको डिबेट के लिए बुलाऊं और आप ना आए और उसके बाद ट्वीट कर दें कि मुझे बोलने नहीं दिया, तो क्या फायदा? उसके लिए देश में तो रहना पड़ेगा सर। वी हैव टू मूव ऑन। ये पिकनिक माइंडसेट बंद कर दीजिए सर, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट हेल्पिंग द ऑपोजिशन इन एनी वे। You may not like Prime Minister, but you see, this doesn't help. Karan, 30 seconds.
So, time and again they've asked why has Prime Minister gone to Cyprus? They should know Cyprus has blocked 7 of the 35 Turkish chapters for ascent into EU. This is the perfect opportunity to cut Turkey to size. Today the Prime Minister has recognized that the northern invasion in Cyprus by Turkey is illegal. Thoda foreign policy ke bare mein janiye. We are the descendants of Chanakya. This is how you cut your opponents to size. That is what the Prime Minister has done today by going to Cyprus, for your kind information.
IP Singh ji, Google कर लीजिएगा, आजमगढ़ से बड़ा है साइप्रस, एटलीस्ट डबल है साइज में। Let's move on, viewers.